Hunter Biden's laptop hoaxer tapped to assess plagued disinformation board. You know, you can't make this stuff up. Now they got former Homeland Security Secretary Chertoff, who waved off the Clinton lies in 2016, is directing the review of Biden's disinformation board. The plot thickens. They are flaunting this in your face that they don't care that you know what's going on, because if they really was serious about this, there's no way they would put someone that originally was pushing the laptop hoax in charge of assessing the Ministry of Truth. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and check out my link tree that's in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here, and there's also a link to my merch store and my mental health coaching and consultation page. All right, let's talk about this news. After the Biden administration's proposal of a dystopian disinformation board met with mockery and horror from First Amendment lovers, the Department of Homeland Security announced last week that its brainchild would now go through a, quote, review for up to 75 days. Directing the assessment along with former Deputy Attorney General Jamie Gorelick is former Secretary of Homeland Security Michael Chertoff, who has a detailed history of falling for or waving away security risks of political hoaxes. I should say. Chertoff, who endorsed Hillary Clinton in 2016 presidential election, was asked by NPR how he could reconcile supporting Clinton with his knowledge of her mishandling of secret emails, and essentially said that it didn't matter in terms of national security. They get the heck out of here, man. This is crazy that they're doing this stuff like right in your face. But, quote, the ability to spend an inordinate amount of time chasing small picadillos is a luxury we only have in a world at peace, he said. In a world at war, you've got to focus on the top priority, which is protecting the United States and protecting our friends and allies. That doesn't make any sense. We're always at war. That makes absolutely no sense in that statement. That's why they have stuff like a war on terrorism, so they can have this perpetual war and have excuses for stuff like this. But they're not fooling anybody. If mishandling of classified information didn't strike Chertoff as a red flag, neither did the Clinton campaign's investigation of the Russia collusion hoax against then presidential candidate Donald Trump in 2016. Although Clinton's role in the hoax has long laid unaddressed under the nation's nose, Clinton's former campaign manager just named his boss responsible. Robbie Mook testified last week in the trial of Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman that Clinton approved the plan to implicate Trump in a Russian collusion, and I've done a bunch of videos on that. So the man tapped to help assess the Orwellian disinformation board, endorsed the very woman who helped plant an incredibly damaging hoax aimed at undermining her opponent in the 2016 election. Not only that, Chertoff also cast doubt on reporting about Hunter Biden's laptop right before the 2020 election, calling the idea that Biden abandoned the laptop at a repair shop preposterous and blaming the Russians. This their go-to. The board was put on pause on the same day Nina Jankowicz, the Christopher Steele fangirl who was tapped to lead it, stepped down. Its creation roused fierce criticism in late April, with Twitter posting likening it to a Orwellian Ministry of Truth, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis calling it a belated April Fool's joke. Jankowicz herself fueled the outrage by a ridiculous TikTok video she released in February 2021, in which she outlined the alleged dangers of disinformation to the tune of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. This magnum opus led to skeptics fondly dubbing her Scary Poppins, which is hilarious. The Biden administration and its media cheerleaders have blamed the board's rough rollout on yet another disinformation campaign against the proposed new office. As one reporter put it, a White House press briefing earlier this month, quote, "So if it's pausing because you think the board is mischaracterized, then the disinformation board is being shut down because of disinformation. I love that. I love that he said that. That was great. Uh, Press Secretary Karen Jean Pierre stammered with her response and didn't answer the question. And she's horrible. They got one of the worst, I believe, one of the worst press secretaries ever in in there. Even with the last press secretary, with her coming up with excuses and lies and stuff like that. She, at least she was halfway decent at her job. Jean Pierre is just horrible. We'll see how long she lasts at this role. But the board's purpose, she insisted, is to monitor, quote, bad actors, including human smugglers, transnational criminal organizations, and foreign adversaries who could use disinformation to advance their goals. This is bullcrap. What is nothing illegal about disinformation? Our own government puts out disinformation every day. Ominously, the list of bad actors is not exhaustive, as the Biden administration had proved by targeting concerned parents at a school board meeting as the rest of domestic terrorists. Anyone who challenges the administration's political agenda is a potential target for the board war on free speech. I mean, this is sick. This is disgusting that they continue to try to push this stuff in America, the land of the free. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out themonkrepublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.